Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Bronner, and I have a son, Owen, who is 14 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So, just kind of getting the basics here, and then we'll kind of go in and fill it out. Oh, I feel like I'm going to fall off my chair. So don't mind me as I fall off my chair. So, I haven't done one. Oh, I've got frog throat. I haven't done one like this, exactly like this, similar, in a while. But it just felt like I should do something. I keep thinking about, one of the reasons I didn't paint when I was my younger years of crafting and arts and all of that is because when you feel like you can't do something, sometimes you don't try to do something. And roses were always this thing where I wanted to do like the perfect rose. I would watch these people do these videos, and my roses were never going to be this perfect thing. And that, like, I didn't want to not do good works. I didn't want to do, just mediocre roses. Oh, I got this frog. And then I realized that, it's more fun to paint than it is to worry about what something looks like. And so once I kind of went back through and stopped worrying about how something looked and more about how much fun I was having making things, then it kind of changed for me. And it was more about enjoying the process and learning to let go of expectations of what art is supposed to be and how everything has to be, the perfect scenario of what you think it should be. And once you kind of just decide your art is for you, and then if somebody else likes it, yay. But make sure you like your art. Make sure you enjoy doing it, whatever it is, whether it be knitting or drawing or crocheting or painting or, decoupage, whatever the art is. Just remember that it's about what you want it to be. So that's so important when we're thinking about how something should look or how something can look. Just know it's about the process and how it makes you feel. So that's what I try to remember now when I'm doing things. And, sometimes things work and some things don't always work the way you think they're going to work or how they're going to look. And when that happens, you go back through. Oh, I've got this frog and it's driving me crazy. You go back through and you just, work on adjusting or changing how you're doing something. And then keep moving forward in your art and what you're trying and how you're experimenting. And, just go through and look at how you want it to be. And know that for every one painting I've done, I've sat at this desk going, how did that happen? How did that happen? Why does that look like that? Why is that not working out today? And the thing about it is, that's part of my emotions. That's part of how the day was handled, or that I'm having a rough day, or someone else is having a rough day. And it's a lot of times Owen, but it could be, I'm very connected to my mom and what she's gone through, or how she's feeling, and what I'm feeling about things that are going through with my mom, And that's what we have to realize, is that art is telling our stories. And so my imperfect roses are actually very perfect, because they are the story. They are the emotions in my story. And that's what art means. That's what art means. So Owen had a pretty good day. We had lots of emotions there too. But we went to our chiropractor, and he loves going to see him, and that was good. So that made him happy, and then he really didn't want to do much after that, so we came home, and he's had a pretty good day. We have had a few moments here and there, but for the most part, we're kind of on track, a better track maybe, from the way summer first started. He was kind of having some rough around the edges moments, because who doesn't want school when they want school? And my boy loves school, so it's hard when that's what you want to do, and you can't go. Excuse me. Owen's asleep, and I keep thinking I'm making coughing noises and all of this, and I say he's asleep, he might be awake. He's been sleeping a little bit later, and we have a very small house, and so I can only go so long without getting up or going to the bathroom or doing different things. And I try, but and so he knows the rules, that he used to wake up 10 and 12 and literally that many times a night, and now he's been sleeping much better, and he knows that if he has to go to the bathroom, needs milk, not feeling well, needs mommy, any of those things, he can come, he can talk to me, but then he has to go back to bed without his tablet. And so he knows his tablet doesn't wake up till 5 in the morning. And he is now telling me when I break the rules. And so this morning, I didn't get out of bed and get coffee until 6. And he actually stayed in bed for about 45 more minutes. which was huge. And he told me that mommy got up and went and got coffee and then went back to bed. So it's amazing to have my son actually sleeping. So I signed this O for Owen, and then L and V. And I'm looking at this going, I want a little more. I had cream on there and some, which it's fine, but I wanted it a little bit darker there. So, and I want this a little bit brighter, is it? I think that's where I'm at here. I'm just double checking my thought process, because sometimes as things dry, like I put a little more of this brighter pink on here, and so I'm just gonna add a little bit there. So okay, well, thank you so much for, let's see, I need a little bit more. Thank you so much for being a part of our day. I hope you have a great rest of yours. Toodles, toodles.